Welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle, and in today's video, we're talking about the meme coin mania that's taking over the internet computer, starting with Bob.fun. Yesterday or the day before, I was dropping some alpha saying, hey guys, I think Bob's going to run to about $3. It was sitting at $1.09. It ended up running to $3.15. But off the coattails of Bob, there has been a lot of excitement about a lot of other projects within the ecosystem that have established themselves long ago. Windows 98 being one of them, and we're going to talk about them a little bit in just a second. But yesterday, I dropped some alpha saying that I think the EXE token, which is Windows 98's native token, has formed a nice falling wedge. And you can see today, now price action is up 33%. So I do think that this thing is going to be a potential runner going into the next bull market. And I do think that everybody appreciates the Windows 98 brand. We appreciate what they're bringing to the table, and we'll get into that in just a second. I want to talk a little bit about tokenomics here because that's very important, right? So at the end of the day, we are really kind of looking at about, we're looking at a total supply of 10 million tokens with about 8.7 in current circulation. Now, this low supply is one of the key factors that could drive up the price in the future. As of right now, we're seeing Windows 98 at 66 cents. Now, what's interesting is that despite being a meme coin, it's been able to maintain a pretty steady market cap, which is currently sitting right around $5.5 million. And this is relatively small in the crypto space, which means there's lots of room for growth. And really, for context, when the token first launched, it hit an all-time high of $2.42. So the potential there is absolute for a significant price increase. Now, for those of you guys out there that want to know what it would take for EXE to hit $1, $5, or $10, or if it can even happen, let's just kind of break it down. Like I said, for EXE to reach $1, its market cap would sit around $8.7 million. Given the fact that it's already hit $2.42 in the past, this seems entirely achievable. Really, it's just going to take a little bit of buzz and some more adoption, which we are already kind of seeing in the ICP ecosystem. Now, if we go and stretch this out to, let's just say $5, what would a $5 EXE token look like? That's a market cap of about $43.5 million, which is very small, especially when we compare it to other meme coin projects that are blue chip like Dogecoin or Shiba, which their market caps are absolutely in the billions. I do think that with enough community support and further integration of ICP's applications to the Windows desktop, I think that it's possible that we'll see a $5 EXE. I would say that it's not out of the question. When it comes down to it, what is Windows 98? Well, it's a operating software operating on the internet computer. And this acts like a desktop with all these great little icons that link out to like your favorite, your favorite applications like ICP Swap and Kong Swap. At the end of the day, it's a great tool. So what's interesting is that when we open up Windows 98, it tells you exactly how much EXE has been burned, what the circulating supply is, it gives you links to the treasury and some of the smart contracts and things like that. So this is very cool to see. Like I said, it's available on ICP Swap. It'll be available on Kong Swap, which I am an advisor for, by the way. So you guys need to follow at Kong Swap, folks. This thing's going to be the super swap of ICP. No more clunky bullshit that you're going to have to deal with coming from some of these other swaps, with respect, right? So EXE, folks, what's going on with it right now? Well, we are seeing that when I threw up, I threw up some gone fans here, folks. And let me just get rid of this RSI here. But I threw up some gone fans here. And you can see how well these gone fans have played with EXE's price action. You can see how it was acting as resistance here. You can see resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. This is almost too perfect. So I am confident right now that some of my lines are drawn up quite nicely. And I do think that right now, let's just look at this thing on a daily chart. Price action fell through the lower trend line of the gone fans. Now we're seeing it come back up into the lower 8-to-1 to 4-to-1 trend line area. So I do think that there is this potential to see EXE maybe rise up to around the 77 to 80 cent level short term. But what about this stuff that I was talking about earlier? Now let's just go ahead here, and I am going to... Oh, bear with me 1 second here, folks. Bear with me 1 second. I'm having some issues. We're going to get rid of this. And then we are going to go ahead here and throw up this falling wedge, which is a very, very bullish pattern that you want to be seeing in the markets, especially if you're invested. Because what is this? What is this pattern? This is a bullish reversal pattern. So we are seeing price squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. The bulls are slowing the price down from falling. Eventually you're squeezing and we're going to get a breakout. Now, what I love about this is we have on the daily chart bullish engulfing. That means that this candle, this current candle, has completely engulfed the other candle previously. So these are Heikin-Ashi candles, or actually these are just traditional candles. They don't have Heikin-Ashi candles on here. But nonetheless, the body of this candle has fully engulfed the body of this candle. And I do think that we are about to see EXE kind of rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Now, I am invested in EXE. No, this isn't a paid or sponsored video. I'm just doing this because it's meme coin mania on the IC right now. So I do think that as of this moment in time, when we throw up some Fibonacci extensions, that 97 cent level is quite possible in my opinion. So when we start talking about some of these $4 or $5 price levels, yeah, the 161.8, which is a golden ratio, is sitting at $3.68. The 127, a very common reversal point, is sitting at about $3. Now, when it comes down to trying to identify if the pain and suffering is over for Windows 98, let's just throw up a little Fibonacci retracement. So we have what is called the 127, which I just mentioned is a very common reversal point. You can see that this 127 is kind of lining up with a couple touch points here that we are seeing. Number one, it acted as support back in August. We briefly fell underneath it, and over the last few days, we have risen back above it. Now, anything can happen in this world of crypto, folks. This is a meme coin with a very low market cap, so it can be easily influenced by whales or anybody. But we haven't really seen any exchange listings or anything like that happen with this. So I do think that there is kind of this bright future ahead for Windows 98 being one of the leading blue chip meme coins of the internet computer. And at the end of the day, I do think that, we could see this thing rip up to this 93 cent level, $1.22. These are going to act as support and resistance level as well. $1.50, $1.70, $2, $2.99. This is where I want to see this thing go. $3.68 to $2.99. But the 476, ironically, is right around that $10 level. So will this thing hit it? Well, that's anybody's guess. We need more adoption in the internet computer. And we need more blue chip meme coin adopters on the internet computer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quickie on Windows 98 and EXE. Let me know what you guys think about this project in the comments section. I like it. I like the desktop. I like the utility it brings. We'll see you guys on the next video.